It's easy to be proud of your race when your race does things to make you proud. But if I have to go outside my community to get my basic needs met, why in the hell would I care about that community? And to the black conscious community, with all due respect, we are the greatest embarrassment of black America in the last 20 years. We talk about the church. We criticize the church. We claim to be the replacement for the church. But how good of a job have we done? Last time I checked, the church can still get you a bag of groceries. Last time I checked, the church can still help you find a place to live. Last time I checked, the church can still offer you some petty services. But what do we offer our people? Nothing but intellectual masturbation. What do we offer our people? Nothing but ideological competition. What do we offer our people but conflict and crisis and the glorification of underachievement? Brothers and sisters, as a psychologist, I know one thing for certain and two things for sure. If the Negro does not kill his ego will destroy our people.
Yes.
I said if the Negro does not destroy his ego, then his ego will destroy his people. And black man, stop making the black woman the scapegoat.
Say that.
She might have more education than you, but she's not doing no better than you. She might have more money in her paycheck than you, but she's struggling just like you because she cannot be who she needs to be without you.
Yes.
And black woman, don't knock the black man for so much, because at the end of the day, we can do nothing without you. In Yoruba culture, there's a proverb that says the man is the head of the household, but the woman is the neck upon which the head must stand. And without the neck of the woman, there can be no erect head of the man. The point of the story is not whether the black man is God or the black woman is God. Neither of us are God until we come together and then we make God. Brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters. The most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey said, if the black man and woman of America are not careful, you will drink in all the poison of Western civilization and die from the effects of it. Don't copy the European because you're not a European. His ways don't suit you. He comes from an ice culture. You come from a sun culture. Don't copy the Arab. His culture don't suit you. He comes from a sand culture. You come from a sun culture. Don't copy the Chinese. His culture doesn't suit you. He comes from a mountain culture. You come from a sun culture. Sun people cannot exist unless we practice the ways of the sun.
Yes.
As I prepare to close, for all my parents here, school just started last week, and for some of you, school started last month. Please do not get my little brothers evaluated for ain't no daddy at home disorder. That's what we call it in the black community. In the mainstream community, they call it attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. They're making billions of dollars off of black boys who are being raised by single mothers doing a great job. But without the benefit of their fathers, naturally, it's not the woman's responsibility to discipline her boys. That normally falls to the father. But when he's not there, the mothers do the best that they can, and when they fall short, the medical industrial complex comes in. When they fall short, the psychiatrist comes in. When they fall short, Child Protective Services comes in, and they try to force our sisters to medicate our little brothers. And then they threaten to take them out of the home if they don't put them on dope. Well, sisters, I want you to know this. They can't force you to evaluate your child, but once he gets the label, they can force you to keep the label on. They can't force you to medicate your child, but once you start giving him psychiatric medication, they can force you to keep him on the meds. The black boy don't need Ritalin today if he didn't need it in 1960. And if he didn't need Adderall in 1860, what the hell he needed today for? And if he didn't need Concerta or Prozac or Risperdal, why in the hell are you giving your children the same chemicals that America claims are so dangerous to be sold on our streets?
That's right.
trying to understand how he could teach himself how to read in the 1800s. And here is your son 200 years later, and he can't read without a special white teacher helping him along. Frederick Douglass, who escaped from slavery to freedom right through Wilmington, Delaware. The Honorable Marcus Garvey, whose Black Star Line was incorporated right here in the state of Delaware. Bob Marley, who used to spend the summer right here with his mother in Wilmington, Delaware. Queen Mother Harriet Tubman, who came to Wilmington, Delaware dozens of times, taking our ancestors from slavery to freedom.
Yes.
Henry Highland Garnett, grandfather of Pan-Africanism, who came from slavery to freedom right here through Wilmington, Delaware. To my brothers and sisters in Wilmington, to my brothers and sisters in Dover, to my brothers and sisters in Newcastle and Baird, Delaware, and all across the 3 counties of this second smallest state in America, I want to say thank you for accepting DR.UMAR with open arms. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for stopping by, brothers and sisters. I believe that Delaware can be the next Black Wall Street. I absolutely believe it. I absolutely believe it. I'm not a Christian, but the Bible says the first shall be last and the last shall be first. We were the first made last, and now we have to make the last first. But in order to do that, we got to work. Nothing wrong with protesting, but you're going to have to work. Nothing wrong with prayer. I pray every day, but you're going to have to work. Nothing wrong with voting and with marching, but you're going to have to work. And as it relates to voting in Black people, until we start organizing our dollars to build Black power, we'll never be respected. There's 3 things Black people don't do that everybody else do. There's 3 things that you don't do that the Chinese do, the Arab do, the Mexican do, the East Indian does it, the Anglo-Saxon, the Jew, they all do it. Number 1, they operate economically as a single unit. We do not do that. Number 2, they vote in the interest of their race. We do not do that. Number 3, they teach their children loyalty to the race before they teach them loyalty to the religion. We do not do that. Christianity is a beautiful religion when practiced from an African perspective.
Yes.
Islam is a beautiful religion when practiced from an African perspective.
Yes.
The Hebrew faith is a beautiful religion when practiced from an African perspective. But the minute you start telling Black folks that they're going to hell if they don't believe like you, your religion just became an agent of the devil.
Yes.
When you start telling Black folks you got to believe in this book and throw away the rest of them, your religion just became the handiwork of the devil.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, it's not your religion that determines whether you get to heaven or not. It's what you do for Black people while you walking on this earth that determines whether you get to heaven or not. And to all my pastors and preachers out there, for those of you doing the good work, I commend you and I tell you to keep on going. There's nothing like a God-fearing man or a God-fearing woman who does the work of the people. But outside of you, there's too many Black churches taking too much money from Black people and not giving us enough in return. Deacon Pork Chop gotta go. Deacon Watermelon gotta go. Brothers and sisters, if your religion doesn't serve African liberation, then your religion is the handiwork of your enemy. Every organization, every institution, every religion must benefit us. And if it does not benefit us, it is something that you must distrust. Don't quit on each other. We all we got. Black man, Black woman, Black child, Black elder, all for one, one for all. I'll leave you with a quote from the great Frederick Douglass, who said, if there is no struggle, there is no progress.
Right.
Those who profess to favor freedom and deprecate agitation are like men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want the rain but can't stand the thunder or the lightning. They want the ocean, but they're scared of the awful roar of the water. Frederick said, a man may not get all you pay for in this world, but you will pay for all that you get, and this you will pay for with blood, or with blows, or with your very life. But he who wants to be free must himself strike the first blow. Frederick said, for 20 years, I prayed on my knees to God for freedom. But the good Lord gave me no freedom until I got up off my knees and prayed with my feet.
That's right.
He said, don't look for pity if you want respect. The man who respects you will never pity you, and the man who pities you cannot, even if he wants to, show you respect.
That's right.
The most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, the brother who gave us the red, black, and green flag, the greatest black organizer in modern history of any race, said, without confidence in yourself, you are twice defeated in the race of life, but with confidence you have won even before you have started.